Hey beauties, now I have a series of videos that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, for a few months now, and I wasn't sure if anyone will be interested or anything like that, but I have gotten some feedback on Twitter and Instagram, and there are a few people out there that would like to watch and like to get some ideas and everything like that. Now, congrats if you're getting married. Now, I know there's many of you out there that are getting married this year or started next year, which is super exciting and stressful at the same time. I'm getting married in October and already my head's going to explode. So I didn't know how to go about the video. I didn't know if I should do one long video or cut it down short. So I thought I'll do like a series of videos explaining like how to budget and how to save. So in this video I'll be talking about a budget, and if I have time I'll talk about venue and rings, because for me that is the most important thing, one of the most important things. Also you've got your dress, your videographer, photographer, all that, but those major two are the ones that I will talk about in this video. Now, budgeting is extremely hard. Now, I have done my budget about 3 times now, and it's now done and dusted. It's there, it's done. Okay, I am lucky enough that my fiance knows how to budget. I am lucky enough that he helped me and we worked it out. So, if you don't have a budget, that's absolutely fine. If you do have a budget, which majority of people do, it's key. It's one of the key things that you must do for a wedding. You must budget so you don't go over your budget, or you can save as well. So, how I worked it out. Well, I went on the internet and I looked at like some forums and some wedding forums and worked out how much people are paying for flowers, how much people are paying for dresses and all this stuff. You can pretty much work it out, because you can see what you need to do is, first of all, if you're saving, you need to work out how much you will save for your wedding. So just say like a month before, and you work it out and how much you are going to save or get credit or whatever you're going to pay for it. You need to work out how much money you will have, and then you start from there. So what, or if someone is willing to pay for something for your wedding, like if your mother offers to pay for flowers or anything like that, on your budget, you can just write who's paying for what, so that way you don't have to work it out. Pretty much you can work it out, and work it out yourself, like how much you're willing to pay for a dress, how much you're willing to pay for a venue, how much you're willing to pay for a DJ, how much you're willing to pay for flowers. And then you've also, what else? Cars, videographer behind the bar, suit, if you're paying for bridesmaids' dresses, their dresses, gifts for your bridesmaids and groomsmen. The list goes on and on. Spray tan, trials for hair and makeup, alterations for your dress. You can pretty much just say you have a budget of 30 grand or so. The average cost for a wedding is around 30 grand. So if you got 30 grand, you can work it out pretty much like, okay, for my wedding dress, I'm not going to pay more than 2 grand. Or for a DJ, I'm not willing to pay no more than 700. So you can just spread it out evenly, like spray tans, $40, nails, $80. Hair is around 100, makeup 100. So you can pretty much just Google and search how much people have paid or anything like that, and you can pretty much work it out and then work it out from there. Now, your venue is your key, your major thing. Now, the cost of a venue is, where do they work it out? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they said it was a quarter of your budget. It's something ridiculous, which is completely true. It's that knocks off a lot out of your budget. So with a venue, you need to work out, first of all, you need to work out, are you going to have a destination wedding, like somewhere maybe overseas or up north or anything like that? You also need to work out if you're going to elope, which is the complete easy way, stressful way, cheapest way, or you're going to have a wedding like around your area. So you need to work out that. Then you need to work out if you're going to have a cocktail wedding or a sit-down wedding. Now, I've researched, got quotes, visited places, everything like that. Some places between their cocktail wedding and sit-down wedding, there's a little bit of difference, but there's really not much. Like you think, oh, we can have a sit-down wedding and pay an extra whatever per person. The average cost I've seen, well, not average, but the lowest I've seen for a sit-down was $55, and it was like all the way up to like $200. I won't give out how much I'm spending because I just don't think I should. Then also, so if you have a cocktail wedding, you mostly pay for finger food, and then you can offer to pay money behind the bar. Then for sit-down wedding, there's so many things you can cut costs for a sit-down wedding. One, you can either choose to pay for soft drink, beer and wine per person. You can pay for that, or you can not pay for that, and you save $30-40 per person. Some venues do include it and you can't cut it out, so that's a bit of a bummer, but some venues you can cut that out and your guests can pay for their drinks and alcohol. Now, if you're stressing about, oh, I want them to have beer and wine and stuff like that, so I'll pay for it. But then if you decide not to and you're stressing about, oh, people will get grumpy or whatever, don't, because the weddings these days cost a fortune. So if you can cut costs that way, do it. I mean, you're paying for this wedding, and if they get grumpy because they have to pay for their own alcohol, well, that's their own problem, because they should, not think about themselves and free grog. They should think about you guys and you guys only. So if you don't stress about that, if they get grumpy, well then that's not your fault, that's their fault. Also, venue. You can choose to get married there at the venue. Some have really nice gardens and stuff, so that's pretty cheap. You're looking around $400 to get married there, which is pretty fine. That's fine. Also, for your wedding, for your 3-course menu, you've got your entree, main, dessert. Now you can cut down costs if you have your wedding cake as a dessert. So you can either have dessert and cake, or just cake for your dessert. We are having dessert, and then our cake is I'll talk about that in another video, because I found a way to reduce costs of your cake, which is pretty easy and simple. So we're having dessert, and if they want to take home cake, they can take home cake. Also, with a venue, you need to ask questions before you go. Write down all questions that you need to ask, because there can be hidden costs. For instance, the garden. They might charge you a fee to make the garden look all pretty, but they make it all pretty all the time anyway. But they can charge you a fee for that. They can charge you a fee for linen. They can charge you a fee for washing the linen. They can charge you... Wherever they can charge you, they will try and charge you. So make sure you ask as much questions as possible for that. I think so. I'm going pretty well with this video, because I don't want it to be too long, because I didn't want to bore you guys. So hopefully I have covered the budget. I hope I have the best that I can, because a budget is hard. I mean, if you know how to budget, that's perfect. I'll put some links on websites below where they actually have like a budget section where they give you a list of everything like that, of, and all the things you have to pay for. Because I have forgotten a few things. I've gone, oh my god, I've forgotten this and this and this, because you just totally forget about it. So pretty much just budget. I use Microsoft Excel, and what I do is I write down all the items, how much I'm willing to pay. Then I write down a deposit of a section of where I've put the deposit, a section if I've paid for it, and a section of if I've received it. So that is my budget video. Please let me know how I went, because like I said before, it's hard. It's so hard. It's even hard to explain. I'm trying to explain it to the best I can, but all you have to do is just work out how much you have for the wedding and then split it between everything. Oh, rings. Ooh, I need to talk about rings. Okay. Now, I had a budget, I'm going to tell you, I had a budget of $6,000 for my rings, because I feel that rings, you're wearing them forever. Like, it's a bond between you and your fiance and then your husband. It's something that you're going to wear forever. So don't skimp on rings. Like, you want them to be nice and pretty because you're wearing them for the rest of your life. Now, me and John wanted these rings because they were pretty, they were nice, we liked them, but then we were also paying for the name. And I was going to get them when we got married in May? We didn't get married. I didn't get married in May. I got engaged in May, and I knew then what ring I wanted. But then I found another ring that I absolutely fell in love. It had more carats. It was way better than the first one. And I was paying it's bigger, it's better, it's gorgeous, and I was mostly paying for the first one I wanted. I was mostly paying for the name. So don't get something because of the name. Like, just don't. We saved half of our budget on the rings because... do we save half? Well, yeah, we spent about $2,300, I think, on both our rings. I think that's a nice price. Like I said, we were going to pay $6,000 for a name because of the name of the ring, but you can go out and find a ring that has more clarity, more carats, more everything. You can even get custom size rings probably for cheaper, but because I was paying for the name, so that is why. So anyway, my next video I'm probably next video I'm going to talk about wedding dress and videographer and photographer, because they are also another 3 major expensive things of your budget. So hope this helped, and hopefully I did a good job, and if so, leave a comment. If not, leave a comment, and give me some feedback, because I'd love to have some feedback, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye.